I suppose UDL changes also, I would say, in the way we view things and perceive them. Because the meaning that now we have for how to teach or how we receive education changed a little bit and make it feeling like everybody is really working to help us learn. They are here to help us and doing their every possible way to make it easier and more accessible. I look to education as a path, a road that each person has to take at different points of their lives, no matter what the reasons. And I look to UDL as those signposts and those lamp lights that enlighten your way. So you have to take this road, but those signs and those lights that really guide you through it, you will really appreciate them. There are certain times that you don't notice them, but when in need, you will really appreciate these things, and you will feel like, oh, thank God that I have such a thing in my life or in my education in general.
When you have any specific needs, you don't want to stand out. So the fact that, and then there are people who may just have a preference. They don't have a specific need. They may just have a preference to it, but because they don't technically need it, they might not have access to it. Whereas if things are designed universally to be open to everyone, they don't have to go looking for things. It's just there for them straight away. Everything is designed so that it's accessible to everyone. They have access to their material, to their curriculum, to all their classes, to their assessments, and then they don't have to go looking for either individual accommodations, or they don't have to go advocating for their preference of how they want to learn, how they can best express their knowledge, that it's just designed for them from the get-go.
UDL helps me with my education. It helped me have assistive technology that made college a lot easier for me. For example, I have multiple disabilities. A few of them are dyslexia and autism. So by having things like text-to-speech, I'm able to have my work read aloud to me. It makes, for one, it makes writing essays easier, as I'm able to kind of read back what I wrote, but especially for lectures, having copies of transcripts that I can read out and lecture slides are useful. It definitely helps me focus.
Like, for example, in my back home, it was we don't have disability services, we don't have UDL, so it was a bit hard if you are with a disability to make it, unless the teacher is just making an effort to make it possible for you to make the content accessible. So yeah, I think UDL made a big difference for me, like a huge difference. So I'm never worried. That's the thing. Before I would worry, how am I supposed to do and overcome my disability with, like, if I don't have another option. UDL is about the 1+, like the rule 1+, like or +1, I mean. So if there is only one way you can make it easier for students, so why wouldn't you give them this option? So that's what I had here as an experience. So I'm always having an extra possibility to represent what I know.
We live in a really high demanding world that's needs from you constantly to work on different things and different layers and different difficulties. UDL is there to help you, to remove most of these barriers and make you work and focus on the most important things. I'd like to think about this. Particular activities that are different, activities that I have noticed and I am reflecting on constantly, but mostly is the creative aspect of UDL and how it empowers the teacher on one hand, but also the students. That it makes it's two hands. They work together and they make it work.